Coming out of turns 3 and 4. Chad White on the bottom. William Duff on the top. Checkered flag in the air. Who's going to win? It's William Duff. No, look out. He just junked it. Look out. Oh, my God. World's #1 streaming service. Hutchinson Motorsports TV. On the call tonight. On your feet. Off your seats. It's about to go green. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live here tonight at Richmond with the HMS TV Cup Series. Tonight's race, the Ronald McDonald House, Southwest Virginia 200. Gonna be a fun one here tonight in the booth. Going solo tonight, Blake Hutchinson. Appreciate you guys joining us here, spending your Friday night on the world's #1 streaming service, Hutchinson Motorsports TV. We have cars on track. Qualifying is underway. Let's go trackside, see what's going on. Dylan Alt top of the board. You got Nicholas Happyack second, Dressler third, followed by Dobbs and Sane sitting in the top 5 here early on in qualifying. But folks, we got some race information for you to take a look at on your screen. There it is. We are here at Richmond. It is a 3/4 of a mile track. Track temp 84 degrees, nice and cool. Got 4 sets of tires, no fast repairs, 50% fuel, and in the booth, yours truly, Blake Hutchinson. Appreciate you guys joining us here tonight. Let's take a look at Brian Smith out on the track here. He is wrapped up his qualifying. He is in second. Good run so far for Brian Smith. Let's see if he can continue. But folks, take a look on your screen. We got some information for you here tonight. There you go. There's tonight's race logo. It's the Ronald McDonald House, Southwest Virginia 200 here tonight. But for more than 40 years, Ronald McDonald House, Southwest Virginia, has provided families with a place to stay, warm meals, and a supportive community while their seriously ill or injured child has received medical care. By keeping families close to one another and the care they need, the house helps ease the financial and emotional burden of a medical crisis so parents can focus on what matters the most, their child's healing. Every lap raced and every dollar raised tonight helps provide family stays filled with comfort, hope, and care. Ronald McDonald House, Southwest Virginia, is grateful for the generosity of everyone participating and wishes all of tonight's drivers the best of luck. Ronald McDonald House 200 here tonight, folks. Appreciate them hopping on board, sponsoring the race. So be sure to check them out. There is a link in our Discord channel if you feel like you want to donate and help them out. But folks, we are going to go HMS TV side by side, do some last minute stuff. We'll be right back. You're watching the world's #1 streaming service, Hutchinson Motorsports TV. And we're back here live watching some warm-up action as our drivers are ready to get things going, getting their final setups tuned and ready to roll. Appreciate everybody joining us here, going through some technical difficulties with some stuff, but I think we are good to go. But tonight's race, again, the Ronald McDonald House, Southwest Virginia 200 is on tap here at Richmond. Going to be a good one. Got some night racing ready to roll, and we're going to get gridded up here in just about a minute's time. But in the chat, we've got Connor Gerard. He's chatting it up. Cinch McCoy as well, and others. So, folks, be sure to drop a comment in the chat. Let us know who you're pulling for, what you got going on. You're watching Hutchinson Motorsports TV, the HMS TV Cup Series playoff action here. Jacob Brower on the top of the board here for the warm-up, but we do know Dylan Alt set the quick time there during qualifying. But again, we're going to get gridded up here in just a moment. As always, thanks everybody for tuning in here. Be sure to share the link with your friends and family, all that good stuff. We're ready to get things started in just a moment. We got John Evans in the chat. He's not racing, but he's watching here. He says Brower's going to get it done tonight. We'll keep an eye on Brower for sure. Looking good here in warm-up, but let's get gridded up here in just a moment, folks. My favorite time of the night. Looks like we've got cars on track. There we go, folks. Let's find one of these patented HMS TV bangers, and let's get tonight's starting lineup rolling. That ain't gonna do it. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time on the world's #1 streaming service, Hutchinson Motorsports TV. Tonight's starting lineup is as follows. Starting on the front row from the pole position, Cup Series driver, the #6 Hustle Fuel Performance, Dylan Alt. On his outside, the 02 Jacob Brower. Row #2 on the inside in the HMS TV #28 machine, Brian Smith. On his outside, the 1 Jaden Hopp. Row #3 on the inside, the 06 Nick Hapiak. On his outside, the 33 Barrett Polhemus. Row #4 on the inside, the 26 Johnny Dressler. On his outside, the 11 Alan Dobbs. Row #5 going to be the 97 anime diehard fan, Diego Sainz. On his outside, Steve Tucker. Row #6 on the inside, Harpoon Design Racing 71, Daryl Young Jr. On his outside, the 18, Bryce Sinisak. Row #7 on the inside, going to be the 40 of Dylan Rosenberg. On his outside, the 83, Dennis Orff. Row 8, you got the 5, Terry Vincent, the 87, Isaiah Adams. Going into row #9, it's going to be Lilith Peters in the 01, Brett Bullard in the 84. Row #10 on the inside, going to be Cam Ingram in the 17, Brian Samara in the 53. And folks, I think the lights are off and we're going green. So we're going to kill the starting lineup, but we didn't say your favorite driver. They're slow, they're junk, they're starting in the back, but it's a long race here tonight. 200 laps at Richmond, 60 laps, stage #1. Field is set. We are ready to roll. Next time around, looks like we're going to drop the hammer, so probably could have got a few more in, but nonetheless, folks, take a look at your ticker there, and you can see where your favorite driver is lined up. Newcomer to the series, Bryce Sinisak, going to start in the 5th row, it's looking like, or 6th row, sorry, out of Fort Wayne, Indiana. Let's see what Bryce has here tonight. He's going to be running the 18 machine for Powerhouse Racing. So it's going to be fun to see some of these new drivers. We got some HMS TV Cup Series veterans as well lined up. 30 cars on the track here tonight at Richmond. Playoff racing. We're going to turn the lights on here in just a moment, trying to save some money here, folks. But the pace truck is in. Field is set. We are ready to roll. On your feet, off your seats. Green flag in the air, Richmond. Dylan all out front holds on to the race lead with a side-by-side battle for second. You got Brian Smith taking over the spot. Well, good to see Brian Smith out there again. He looked good last week. He was running for the win and came up a couple spots short, but he's going to try to do it again here. Now he's chasing that 6 machine of Dylan Alt as we hop on board the HMS TV dash cam with Brian Smith. Connor Gerard in the chat says, I'm just here for paint schemes and WWE SmackDown talk for HMS TV Plus. I agree with you, Connor. Well, let's drop back in the field. Look at Isaiah Adam Bomb Adams. This is a good-looking car here. Connor, we want you to take a look at this one. Isaiah Adams in the 87 here tonight. Got Crown Royal on the car. Adams looking good in the 87. Got the HMS TV drone cam ripping it around here, looking at Isaiah in the 16th position. Jump out front, still Dylan Alt, your race leader, with Brian Smith second, Brower in third. Then we have Hop in fourth, followed by Polhemus rounding out your top five. But here comes Johnny Dressler on the outside, making the pass into the fifth position. Lilith Peters in the 18th spot out of Tampa, Florida. Look out, we got one into the wall here. We're still clean and green. I think that's Cam Ingram possibly? Or was it the 20? I don't know, folks. Let's check out the HMS TV nose cam with Cam Ingram. And look at that 93 machine. Beautiful car for JT Tinker running in the 21st spot. We got to take the drone cam down. Connor, you need to consider this one. Well, Connor already winged his paint scheme of the night finalist. But anyways, you got the 93 machine here. Good looking car. Got the the Ronald McDonald Southwest Virginia paint scheme here for JT Tinker. Good to see that out there. Let's take another look here. We drop back in the field to basically last year, folks. We got Aaron Poplin running 29th. He's also rocking Ronald McDonald House Southwest Virginia in that 63 machine. Good looking paints here, but Connor didn't even look at them. He picked his paint scheme finalist of the night. I think he drew him out of a hat. And then the final Ronald McDonald House car we're going to take a look at is the 53 of Brian Samara. Look at this one here, folks. Good to see the Ronald McDonald House represented well here tonight. Tonight's race, the Ronald McDonald House 200 right here at Richmond, sitting in the 16th position. It's Brian Samara. Caution is out. Oh no, let's see what happened here, folks. First caution of the night is out. Looks like Corbett Raker involved Brett Bullard as well. Here's a replay. So here's Corbett Raker, goes into the corner here. Oh, he just loses it and comes up the track and smokes the 16. Oh, no, and nowhere for Bullard to go in the 84. He smokes him. So Corbett Raker from Grove City, Ohio is junk. Well, that's unfortunate, folks. First caution of the night is out. Dylan Alt, still your race leader here. So we're going to... One moment here. There we go. We're having some issues with our overlays here tonight, folks, but we got it figured out. John Evans in the chat says the 93 and 02 are nice. Nice paint schemes. So keep an eye on those ones for sure. But, folks, good racing so far. We're 12 laps into this one here. The Ronald McDonald House 200. Dylan Alt out front. Brian Smith second, followed by Brower, Hop, and Dressler rounding out your top five. So we're going to go HMS TV side by side. Don't you go anywhere. We'll be right back. We are back here at Richmond. Fields racked up and ready to roll. Appreciate you folks joining us. Be sure to check out hustlefuelshop.com. If you use discount code HMSTV, you get 20% off your order, which is absolutely crazy, folks. Free shipping if you spend over $50 as well. So great deals to be had at hustlefuelshop.com. Pace truck is in. Field is set into the restart zone. Green flag in the air. Dylan Alt out front with Jacob Brower right behind him. Jacob Brower takes over the second spot, and here comes Johnny Dressler in the third. Dylan Alt's been the dominant car here all night long, and here is a battle for the third position. Dressler with the inside line with Brian Smith trying to find a way around him. Let's hop on board here with Johnny Dressler down low. Got the sun setting here at Richmond. Dressler takes over the third position. Let's see if he can hold off a hard charging Brian Smith. In the lap number 17 here early on in stage number 1. Terry Vincent in that number 5 machine finds himself running in the 12th position. Let's check him out here. Vincent trying to battle into the top 10 here as he sits in 12th, and the 25 machine of Maverick Davis looks to the inside to take the spot, but right in front of these two, it's going to be Darrell Young Jr. in the 11th position with that Harpoon Design Racing 71 machine. Meanwhile, out front, Dylan Alt still putting on a clinic. He's led every lap since this thing started, but Jacob Brower holds on to the second spot as Dressler gets into the wall a little bit in the third position. New paint scheme from Johnny Dressler. Got that blue number, not really working well with the blue siding, but hey, it's a good-looking paint scheme other than the number. Well done there from Johnny Dressler. Appreciate him filling in here tonight, last minute, for that 26 machine. That's Justin Rosema's owned HMS TV car. He put Johnny in last minute today, and Johnny's doing a good job. Let's drop back in the field here. We got a 3-car battle for the 23rd position as Andy Lewis out of Mantino, Illinois, is going to give up the spot there for now to that number 7 machine. Not sure how far these guys can make it on fuel. We are at 50% fuel here tonight, so we'll find out what that all amounts to. But we got a battle for the third spot. Looks like Brian Smith going to get around Dressler to take the spot back. Stained Pink in the chat says, go Hop. So he's pulling for Jaden Hop. Jaden Hop sitting in the 5th position. Good run here early on for that one machine of Jaden Hop. Well, Jaden's always consistently in the top 5. Doesn't have a win yet on the season, but you can always find Jaden up front running well here in the HMS TV Cup Series. But we're early on here, lap number 23 out of 200 here at Richmond. Sold out crowd here, I might add. But folks, breaking news, earlier today we actually released the Season 2 schedule for the HMS TV Cup Series. That's going to be a good one here, folks. You know what? I might show that here. Sign-ups aren't open to the public yet. We're letting our current drivers get first dibs at signing up for Season 2, but we're looking at a battle for the 9th or 8th position there. Steve Tucker trying to hold off Nick Hapiak. Maybe later on I'll show the Season 2 schedule. Or not, I don't know. I might not remember. But still clean and green here as Jacob Brower's cruising in the 2nd position. You got Brian Smith 3rd, Dressler 4th, Hop 5th. But let's look through the field. That's your HMS TV hard charger. It's the 11th position car. Now 10th, Maverick Davis after starting 30th for skipping qualifying. Maverick skipping qualifying, interesting call there. But he's going to make a move here trying to get around the number 40 machine of Dylan Rosenberg. Looks like Davis is going to complete the pass for 10th there, but we go back out front. Dylan Alt out here, lap number 28. He's led all 28 laps. If you don't believe me, take a look at your graphic. Here's your HMS TV lap leaderboard. It's all Dylan Alt. 28 laps in the book, 28 laps led from Dylan Alt. Connor Gerard with some breaking news, folks, said the pigeon lady from Home Alone 2 died today. Wow, that's heartbreaking, Connor. We appreciate you sharing that. But, folks, if you're wanting some HMS TV Plus updates, I got some scores for you. Earlier, we had a big cricket match happen. Bangladesh took down Zimbabwe. They won by 34 runs. Wow. What a match. Bangladesh just whooping Zimbabwe. I would have never guessed that was going to happen. That's HMS TV Plus update. That's all we got for now, folks. But you're looking at Dylan Alt out front. Let's see what else is happening in the field. Steve Tucker in the 9th position for now. Maverick Davis looking to the outside for the 9th spot. Let's see if Steve Tucker can defend. Davis looking to cross him over. That's a good move there for Maverick. We got some smoke on track, but we're still clean and green here tonight. Good run from Nick Hapiak, currently running 8th after starting in the 5th position. He's lost a few spots, but he's still sitting pretty good, as Maverick Davis is our hard charger in 9th, up 21 positions here early on. Barrett Polhemus sits in the 6th spot in that 33 machine. Good run so far for Barrett. Trying to get inside the top 5 here. We're over halfway done through stage number 1. Again, I don't know how long these guys can go on fuel. I'm going to guess we're going to have to pit by the end of stage number 1 here. All right, we got an update from Connor Gerard. He said Tiffany won on WWE SmackDown and is now headed to SummerSlam. Let's go, Connor. Thank you for that update. Oh, John Evans says he took Zimbabwe in his parlay earlier. I'm sorry, John. They let you down. Bangladesh whooped them. John says, is it always clean and green, or can it be dirty and green? Well, I've seen some dirty racing, but usually it doesn't amount to a green flag, John. So we'll keep an eye on it, though, for sure. But we have Bryce Sinisak here in the 15th position from Fort Wayne, Indiana, making his HMS TV Cup Series debut here. Let's see if he can gain some ground here, sitting in 15th. Working on Diego Sainz, the anime fiend. There's Diego in the 97 car on his outside. Boys, some pretty clean racing here so far. We had one incident earlier on. Somebody got loose off the corner was all that was. So good clean racing here. We'll see if this trend continues. But let's drop back. Matt Byers struggling here tonight in the 21st position out of Mississippi. All right, Connor Gerard in the chat says, a reminder that the paint scheme of the night contenders are the 18, the 84, the 53, and the 87. So let's try to find these guys here, folks. The 18 of Bryce Sinisak, one of your paint scheme of the night finalists. Here he is. Good looking car there. We've already kind of shown that one. But we also have the 84, Brett Bullard, who's actually off track, Connor. He's actually out, Connor, so you might want to replace the 84 of Brett Bullard. Bullard has retired. He's out of this race. But we also have the 53 machine of Brian Samara as a paint scheme of the night finalist. Boy, I hope Brian can win it. Has that Ronald McDonald House paint scheme looking good. Running solid in the 17th spot out of Kannapolis, North Carolina, as he smokes the wall. And the final paint scheme of the night finalist here tonight is going to be the 87 car of Isaiah Adams. So there are your paint scheme of the night finalists here so far. We're probably going to have a replacement, though, as Brett Bullard is already out of this race. All right, Connor has announced the 40 of Dylan Rosenberg has taken over Brett Bullard's spot as Paint Scheme of the Night finalist. So Brett Bullard is out. Dylan Rosenberg is in, as Rosenberg's cruising in the 11th position. Race lead for Dylan Alt is now about 2 seconds as he's getting through some lap traffic. Dylan Alt is in a rocket ship here tonight. Has Tier 1 racing on the car. Got Hustle Fuel as well. Good to see Dylan Alt out there killing it here tonight. Brian Smith sitting third in the Chad White number 28 machine. Chad unable to race here tonight, so he found Brian Smith and got him in the car. Good run last week from Brian Smith. He's looking to repeat it here tonight, sitting comfortably in the 3rd position here so far. "22 fans watching here tonight at Richmond. Green flag pit cycles might be starting here any moment, folks, so we'll keep an eye on when our race leaders head down. We're in lap number 45 this time around. Connor's got an update on WWE Friday Night SmackDown. You guys can read it for yourself. I don't know what he's talking about. So there you have it. Connor Gerard with a WWE SmackDown HMS TV Plus update. We're watching a battle for the 8th position. That's Happy Act on the top with Davis on the bottom. Maverick Davis looking like he's going to make the pass right here. So that's going to move Maverick Davis up to the 8th position after starting in the 30th spot and last, I believe, all the way up to 8th here. Looks like we got a battle here for the 5th position. Barrett Polheim is making the pass, getting around Alan Dobbs. Alan Dobbs, though, looks to the inside. He's trying to pass him back as they're door to door for the 5th position. Good racing here, and oh, look out, the 11 of Dobbs washes up the track, gets into Polheim. Let's see if these guys can finish this pass or if they're just going to stay side by side the whole night. Dobbs on the bottom, Polheim on the top. We're on board with Barrett Polheim in the 33 machine. Looks like Dobbs finally finishes the pass, so takes over the 5th spot once again. So Alan Dobbs up 3 positions since the start of this race. 12 laps left to go, though, in stage number 1. Maybe these guys can make it on fuel. I don't know, though, folks. I have no idea. All I know is Dylan Alt has a humongous lead out front by 2.76 seconds. Almost a 3-second gap here on the 2nd place car of Jacob Brower. Let's check out the HMS TV blimp. You got Jacob Brower in 2nd, Brian Smith in 3rd. Guys getting around some lap traffic, and here comes Jaden Hopp to the back bumper of Brian Smith in a battle for the 3rd position. Hopping on board in the HMS TV nose cam, Jaden Hopp trying to find a way around Smith in the 28 machine. Uh-oh, Dylan Alt is blinking here, folks. A little bit of connection issues for the 6th machine of Dylan Alt. Hopefully those get better for him. Not what you want to see when you're the race leader. I'm sure race control has an eye on that 6th machine as he's struggling with his connection, but hopefully it will return. Nick Happyack still in the 9th position with Johnny Dressler ahead of him in 8th. You got Maverick Davis 7th with Polheim in the 6th position. Steve Tucker continues to fall here. Looks like he might have burnt those tires up out of Boston, Massachusetts. He was up to about the 7th position or so. Well, he's fallen all the way back to 13th. It looks like he might lose a couple more spots. He's not really from Boston, though, folks. Don't know if you've heard that. But 7 laps left to go here in the stage. Race leader Dylan Alt still kind of blinking. I want to show him on your screen, folks, but I really can't when he's blinking that bad. But we're going to hop on board here with Jacob Brower in the 2nd position. He sees the race leader of Dylan Alt, who's losing some pace. Not sure if Alt is saving fuel or he's trying to figure out his connection or what the problem is. But it's going to be 5 laps left to go here in stage number 1 if Dylan Alt can fix that connection. Race lead all the way down to half a second. Dylan Alt continues to fall off. And that connection's falling off too. I think Jacob Brower's going to find a way around him. I don't know if Dylan's messing with the router or if he's saving fuel. Something's going on for sure. Let's turn off these notifications because it's going to keep saying we got a new race leader since he's blinking. So let's go ahead and turn those off. And we'll keep an eye on these guys as Jacob Brower is sitting in that 2nd spot, getting up to some lapped traffic. Look at this. You got a hornet's nest of cars. Jaden Hawk taking over the spot from Brian Smith. Oh, no, Dylan Alt might have just disappeared for good, folks. I think your race leader of Dylan Alt has disconnected. That is unfortunate, folks. Dylan Alt is gone. Wow. So new race leader Jacob Brower gets handed the race lead, and he might take home the stage win, folks. Going to be 1 lap left to go here in stage number 1 this next time around. Boy, that really hurts there for Dylan Alt. He had a 3-second lead, was kind of whooping him here tonight. But last lap of stage 1, Dylan Alt is gone. He's out. But Brower now out front, a 1.5 second lead here as Jaden Hop is going to bring home 2nd in the stage, it's looking like, as they head down the backstretch for the final time in stage number 1 out of turns 3 and 4. Green and white checkered flag out. Jacob Brower, your stage 1 winner. So it's going to be Brower, your winner, followed by Hop in 2nd. Dobbs brings home 3rd. You got Smith in 4th and Polhemus 5th. Maverick Davis 6th, followed by Happyack, Rosenberg, Peters, and Vincent rounding out your top 10. So stage 1 is in the books, folks. We're going to take a quick break and hope the track turns the lights on here soon. We're going HMS TV side by side. We'll be right back. flag is out. Sorry about that, folks. We were working on something, but you didn't miss much. Green flag waving. Jacob Brower, your race leader. They're junking it. I think we might see a caution here. There is a wreck. There it is. Caution is out. Terry Vincent involved here on the restart. Let's find out what happened here with the 5 machine of Terry Vincent. Oh, Steve Tucker bumps him there. Vincent gets loose and then loses it off the corner. So I don't know. What do you think, folks? Let us know in the chat. Let's see this one more time. We're going to stop this right here. Take a look. The 0 machine of Tucker kind of gives him a shove, and then he ends up junking it. So here it is. Right there. Wham! He saves it briefly, and then he loses it off the corner. So there you have it. What do you think, folks? Caution is out. Let's see if any other cars were involved. So we'll watch this one last time. So here's the wreck. There's a 5 machine of Vincent getting the bump from Tucker. The old dump and run here off the corner. Is anybody else involved? No, looks like a 1-car incident. So that's good news for the rest of these drivers. Caution number 3 is out. Jacob Brower again, your race leader. Hang on, we had some transmissions over the radio during our stage break. Listen in.
Guys, we gotta go when the freaking caution comes out. Get caught up. You got guys that just went laps down, pitting at the stage. This is ridiculous.
Andy Lewis not happy with guys out there. And then earlier in the chat, it looked like Josh Gagnon had this to say.
Sorry, JP. I got my wife down my neck. I'm sorry.
Oh, bringing up the wife. That's hopefully Miss Gagnon's not listening. And so nonetheless, caution is out, folks. We're on lap number 69. Nice. Am I right? Terry Vincent said this.
I'll take that one. Si, senor.
Terry Vincent claiming that incident. Now, he got a bump from Tucker going into the corner, and then I think he saved his car, then wrecked. I don't know. Again, you folks be the judge here. See what you think. But I don't think you can pin that one on Tucker just because he recovered the car and then spun out. But nonetheless, folks, we're racked up, ready to roll. It's lap number 70 out of 200. It's going to be Brower on the inside, Hop on the outside. Row 2, you got Dobbs and Smith. Keep an eye on these guys for sure. It's going to get interesting here tonight at Richmond. The Ronald McDonald House, Southwest Virginia. 200 is about to get back underway. Here comes the field. Towards the restart zone they go. Field is racked up and ready to roll. Pace car is headed in this next time around, I guess. We're delaying that one there, folks. Delaying a lap here with short track racing. Want to make sure everybody's got time to get bunched up. But we're going green next time around. I thought we were going green there. But let us know in the chat what you're up to, who you're pulling for. Click that like button. Subscribe to the channel here, Hutchinson Motorsports TV. Friday night action, the HMS TV Cup Series. Jacob Brower, your race leader. Dylan Alt dominated this race early on, and unfortunately, I did receive word iRacing gave him the black flag for his connection issues. So it wasn't a race control thing, it was iRacing. So it's unfortunate there for Alt, but he was blinking pretty badly. But nonetheless, pace truck is in, field is set, heading towards the restart zone. Green flag back in the air here at Richmond. Jacob Brower out front. Here comes the 1 machine on the outside of Hop, and his teammate Dobbs right underneath him. Side-by-side battle for second. Not anymore as the 1 machine of Hop takes the spot over. Let's hop on board with the HMS TV Decklid cam as Hop sits in the second spot. You got Dobbs third. Smith looking underneath Dobbs for the third spot. Close quarters racing here at Richmond. Brian Smith trying to get to the inside for that third position. Dropping back here to the 8th position, Bryce Sinasak making his HMS TV Cup Series debut in the top 10, sitting in 9th. Top on board here with the Fort Wayne, Indiana native. We got single file out front here. As we look through the field, the first battle on track is right here. Oh no, caution's out, folks. Looks like Dennis Orff wrecked it again. Let's see what happened. So here's Dennis Orff in the 89 machine, 79 to his inside, and oh my goodness, Gagnon just dumps him. Oh, and the 7 gets connected. Boy, Josh Gagnon just flat out dumped him, it looked like. Caution is out. Dennis Orff is junk. 4th caution of the evening, folks, here at Richmond. Again, it's the Ronald McDonald House 200. Appreciate everybody tuning in here tonight. We got some race information for you. 1 second. All right, folks. So field is going to line it up here. Again, you got Brower and Dobbs 1 and 2 here tonight. Jam-packed of action here so far, folks, as Jacob Brower is looking to bring home his first win with the HMS TV Cup Series. But again, take a look at your screen. Tonight's race, the Ronald McDonald House, Southwest Virginia 200 here at Richmond. For more than 40 years, Ronald McDonald House, Southwest Virginia has provided families with a place to stay, warm meals, and a supportive community while their seriously ill or injured child receives medical care. By keeping families close to one another and the care they need, the house helps ease the financial and emotional burden of a medical crisis so parents can focus on what matters most, their child's healing. Every lap raced and every dollar raised tonight helps provide family stays filled with comfort, hope, and care. Ronald McDonald House, Southwest Virginia is grateful for the generosity of everyone participating and wishes all of tonight's drivers the best of luck. But we'll see if we can get you guys a link here in the chat if you want to support the cause. Great cause there. Ronald McDonald House does some great stuff, folks. But we're going to line it up here. It's going to be Dobbs on the outside, Brower on the inside. All right, folks, and I've just confirmed the website is Ronald McDonald House SWVA.org. I'll put it in the chat for you. Ronald McDonald House SWVA.org. There you go. But pace car is in. Field is set. Green flag back in the air. Brower still your race leader. Oh, look out. Maverick Davis looking to take these guys 3 wide. Brian Smith's going to shut the door as Brower holds on to the top spot. On board with Maverick Davis from Swartz Creek. I think he's from Wisconsin or Michigan. I don't know where Swartz Creek is. I don't think anybody does, folks. Probably from Michigan. Who knows? He's driving my car. I don't even know. So, nonetheless, Maverick Davis in the 4th spot. You got a side-by-side battle for 2nd. Brian Smith taking over the spot. Boy, this is a beautiful car, though. Chad White painted this scheme for Brian. Well, he painted it for himself, but Brian Smith is running it. Let's take the HMS TV drone cam down for a quick flyby with Brian Smith. Beautiful car, folks. Head on over to the website, HutchinsonMotorsportsTV.com. Got the texture and everything on this car. It is good looking. Meanwhile, we got a battle for the third position. Maverick Davis trying to get around here. Alan Dobbs is defending that spot. See if Davis gives him the bump and run or if he finds another way around. Side by side here. Caution is out. Dennis Orff wrecked for about the fourth time tonight. Let's take a look at what happened. So the 16 down low here. Orff up top. Oh, and Orff just locks it up, and the 16 almost flips. Oh, no. Well, that's unfortunate, folks. Dennis Orff is going to tow it. His night might be over. We'll see this one more time. Here it is. So the 16 dives back down there, and then Orff rips the top, gets on the gas a little early, loses it, and wham! You see the 16 come off the ground. And unfortunately, the 98 of Andy Lewis involved in that wreck as well. So caution number 5 in the books. Let's see what these guys elect to do. Who's going to head down pit road? Who's not? Looks like Lilith Peters, the first one down pit road. So interesting to see these strategies change up here. Tonight we are at Richmond. We're going to take a quick break and be right back.
I'm Larry McReynolds. Remember, in any type of racing, it's all about execution. So right now, subscribe to Hutchison Motorsports TV today. You know America's crew chief. I would never steer you wrong.
Hutchison Motorsports TV is back. The lights are bright in the stands.
We are back. Pace car is in. Field is set. Going to be Brower on the inside. Smith on the outside. Green flag in the air. Kind of throwing me off. We got 2 purple HMS TV cars up front. But the green flag is out. Brower, your race leader. Smith holds on to the second position, which is was pretty impressive because we've seen that outside line not restart very well here tonight. So Brian Smith able to hold on to the spot as we look at a battle for the third position. That's Maverick Davis up top with Alan Dobbs on the inside. Caution is out again. Oh no, Johnny Dressler involved, Gagnon involved, and Noah Ward. This is unfortunate, folks. Caution number 6 is out. Here is the replay. Gagnon goes down here. They go 3 wide. Oh no. 79 just comes up the track and, oh no, the 7 comes up and smokes Dressler. Oh, man. Josh Gagnon involved, Ward involved, and Dressler. They're junk. Boy, been a rough race here for Josh Gagnon and that 79 machine. We're going to rack them up again here, folks, see what our race leaders want to do. we may as well go HMS TV side by side one more time. Appreciate everybody joining us here tonight. It's kind of turning into a caution fest here early on, unfortunately. So, hey, we'll get through it eventually. We're going HMS TV side by side. And we are back here at Richmond, racked up and ready to roll. Our sixth caution of the night is about in the books. We got the field racked up here. It's going to be Brower on the inside, Smith on the outside. Row 2 is going to be Davis and Dobbs. See some good battles between Davis and Dobbs here. They've been battling for about the last 20 laps or so for that third spot, so we'll keep an eye on. We know that bottom lane has gotten better launches all night long, but the pace car is in. Field's ready to roll into the restart zone. Green flag in the air here in Richmond. Maverick Davis down low here, taking over the second spot. Going to get around Brian Smith. Maybe. Looked like he had the pass done, but he does not. Let's hop on board here with Jacob Brower as he's looking in his rearview mirror. These guys battling for second. Brian Smith going to hold on, actually. We got Brian Smith up top, Maverick Davis down low in a side-by-side battle for the second position. Alan Dobbs in the fourth spot, watching these two duke it out. Barrett Polhemus looking to battle here with the 40 machine of Dylan Rosenberg. Side-by-side battle for the fifth position here. Lap number 98 out of 200 here tonight. We're almost halfway done. Let's take a look at your HMS TV hard charger board. Maverick Davis up 27 positions. Not bad for 30 cars in the third position. Then we have Forrest Smith up 14 positions. Matthew Byers up 14, and then JT Tinker and Aaron Poplin both on the board as hard chargers up 10 positions. Take a look here at JT Tinker, cruising in the 11th position from Charlotte, North Carolina, rocking that Ronald McDonald House, Southwest Virginia paint scheme. Looks like Polhemus getting around the 40 machine of Rosenberg for now for the fifth spot. Let's see if Rosenberg can battle back. Well, we saw Jaden Hopp up front there in the second position earlier on. Now he finds himself running sixth. So hopefully Jaden Hopp can wheel that one machine back out front here shortly. Austin Oliver in the chat said, I'm junk. It's unfortunate, Austin. Nothing you really could have done there. Just a bad racing deal. We've all been there, but hey, we're halfway done here. Lap number 102. 99 laps left to go here tonight at Richmond. Let's look at this HMS TV pit strategy board. First time around, these guys went 62 laps. They've gone about 39 laps so far out front. So we'll keep an eye on. We know they can't make it too much more than 62 laps because I believe a couple guys ran out of fuel under that stage break. So fuel's going to be something to watch. They can make it 65 plus laps, and I'm thinking they're probably going to have to pit 2 more times unless we get a lot of yellows, which is certainly a possibility. But Jacob Brower still out front here. Got 28 fans watching. Click that like button. Subscribe to the channel. You're watching the world's #1 streaming service, Hutchinson Motorsports TV, as Brian Smith is still holding off Maverick Davis for second. Connor Gerard in the chat says this tag team match is getting crazy. He's watching WWE Friday Night SmackDown with the HMS TV Plus updates. But let's drop back in the field, see what these crazy battles are like here in the back. Brian Samara looking to pass his teammate, JT Tinker. I'm sorry, Aaron Poplin, not JT Tinker. He's going to make the pass here. Brian Samara up to 20th, ladies and gentlemen. He is in a rocket ship here tonight. Get him, Brian. Now, looking back, Jaden Hopp actually pit back on lap number 76 when everybody else pit on lap 62, so he does have about 14 laps more fuel in the tank. So that's going to be interesting. If we get green flag stops, Jaden Hopp's going to be able to stay out much longer than anybody else, and this strategy might pay off for him. Because it doesn't sound like much, but I think he can make this a one-stop race from here on out. Everybody else is probably going to have to pit twice. So Jaden Hopp will certainly be one to watch here as he's cruising in the 6th position. But for now, Jacob Brower still your race leader. Good-looking car there for Brower. Let's take that drone cam down for a quick flyby of Jacob Brower. Brower looking for his first win on the season here. Let's see if he can do it in that 02 car. Beautiful paint scheme here. And that 02 is in the playoffs here, folks. So this is going to be a big race for Brower as he was your stage 1 winner. If he can take home the win, that would change everything with the points. But heading into tonight, you know, I'll go ahead and mention our points. I don't have the graphic ready, or a graphic made at all, honestly. But so heading into tonight, your point standings for the chase. The 02 was your points leader by 39 points over the 25. Maverick Davis in the 25 here tonight. So Davis is second in points, and then the 1 machine from Tier 1 Racing in third. And we have the 98 of Juicy Spider, been a bad race for that 98 car. And then the 06 with Juicy Spider rounding out your top 5 in the points. So our points leader is your race leader, and then a second place in points is in third right now. So a couple of front runners there, and we'll see how this all shapes up after this one. But again, folks, earlier we mentioned that the HMS TV Cup Series Season 2 schedule was announced. I think I've got a graphic ready for you here, folks. Give me a minute. And by I have one ready, I mean I'm making one right now. So making it on the fly as you're looking at your race leader of Jacob Brower. And I'm just rambling on while I do this here. But great racing so far here tonight, folks. Let's look through the field here. We're going with the iRacing most exciting cameras. So if these aren't exciting, you can blame iRacing. It's not my fault.
While Blake's pulling that up, this is Race Control here, filling in for a second. I'm going to do a quick note. Jesse Becker is on vacation, so points are going to be delayed. Possibly tomorrow, maybe the next day. We don't know. We're going to give Jesse time to get back in and settle down. Just want to let all drivers know that. And hello, everybody. This is Christian Taylor. Been a while since I've been here on Hutchinson Motorsports TV. Good.
I forgot you were even here around, Christian.
Yeah, I know, right? Hello, Connor. Hello, everybody out there watching the stream tonight. Thank you for tuning in here to Ronald McDonald 200. I'm going to head back to the Race Control booth here in just a second, but while Blake's pulling that up.
All right, well, we appreciate that. It's good to see things have really calmed down, Christian. We had a handful of cautions in a row, and it looks like things are looking pretty good right now.
Yeah, so far, so good. We had a self-spin right after we went green. It was Josh Gannon in the 79. He's able to get that car rolling. He stayed somewhat straight, so I didn't throw the caution there. Stayed clean and green so far. Hopefully we're 83 laps to go here in this race. So we'll see how long this green flag run lasts, if we make a pit stop or not.
Absolutely. Well, if you take a look at your screen, everybody, the HMS TV Cup Series Season 2 schedule has been released. Here it is. We're going to kick things off at Daytona, then head to Texas, Coronado, Auto Club, Iowa, Gateway, Chicagoland, Indianapolis, New Hampshire, Atlanta. Then the chase is going to start. 5-race chase. Going to go Michigan, Watkins Glen, North Wilkesboro, Rockingham, and the season finale, of course, we're heading to Charlotte. So I'm pumped up for that season 2. Looks like a lot of fun. There's the schedules. We're still clean and green. Looking at Terry Vincent in the 13th position. Jacob Brower still your race leader with Brian Smith in second. Race lead at about 0.4 of a second for Brower. Looking at lap times last time around, identical lap times with Brian Smith in second. So Brower doing what he needs to do to maintain that race lead. Got Cinch McCoy out there chatting it up with Connor Gerard, Stained Pink. We got Momo Monty out there pulling for Brian. Go Brian. All right, I'm pulling for Brian too. Let's take a look at Brian Samara in the 19th position. Here he is. Not Brian's best run, but not his worst run either. He's smack dab in the middle of the field, 19th position. By middle, I mean not really middle. He's a 19th out of 30 cars. We have a handful of wreck cars. So, hey, nonetheless, could be worse for Brian. He hasn't junked it yet. Speaking of junk, Darrell Young Jr. in the 22nd position. This guy is slow here at Richmond. Somebody should have done some practice laps or something, I think. Not a good night for Darrell. You know what? I'm going to pull him in the booth because, I mean, he sucks anyways, so he's not going to lose any ground. Darrell, Blake up in the booth. You got a copy.
I got a copy.
Hey, I mean, you're looking pretty slow out there. Figured I'd pull you in. I mean, you're not going to lose any ground. How's it feeling?
No, I'm doing this on purpose. I started doing this after the end of the stage. I figured I'd just ride in the back and just chill and save some tires for the end of this race. So this is all, I would love to joke around and be like, oh, it's all part of the strategy. Whether it's a good strategy or not, I am doing this on purpose. I have no damage on the car. So we'll see how it goes.
All right. Well, Darrell, we wish you the best of luck the rest of this one, sitting in the 22nd position out of Peoria.
I have a HMS TV Plus update.
Oh, go ahead.
Jacob Brower is winning this race. I just want to let you know.
Okay, thanks. Darrell Young Jr. with the
Good
HMS TV Plus update. We appreciate that, Darrell.
No problem. Hey, I love you. Say it back.
Yeah. There's Darrell Young Jr. Always good to talk to Darrell under green. Send him back to his team. We'll take a look. We got a battle for the 8th position. That's Bryce Senesac making his HMS TV Cup debut, making the pass on Forrest Smith in the 20. Good battle right here. They continue to stay side by side here for that 8th position. Got a handful of cars bunched up right here. You got Lilith Peters, Matthew Byers, and Nick Hapiak in this group, as well as the 7 machine there of Ward, who is a lap down, I believe. So we'll keep an eye out and see when these guys head down pit road. My guess is it's just a matter of time. Looks like they've gone 65 laps here on this tank of fuel. So Brian Smith looking to the inside for the race lead. Let's see if Brian Smith can do it. Made his debut last week with the series. Came up a couple spots short. Let's see if he can make it happen tonight. But again, these guys going to be heading down pit road as Brian Smith ripping the fence here, trying an alternate line. Boy, these guys might be able to do a one-stop strategy here, folks. You know, they're already 68 laps in, but they're going to need some cautions. They're looking at about 70 laps on this tank of gas here. They're heading, oh, look, they're at 67 laps on this tank. Nice, 6-7, am I right? Going to be lap 68 on this tank right here. So I don't know, they might be able to make this a one-stopper from here on out. But again, remember, we had a few cautions here in the last 70 laps as well. So now we got a three-car battle for the race lead. Maverick Davis has caught these two. Let's hop on board with Maverick Davis, currently in third, looking to gain some ground on Brian Smith with Brower out front. "69 laps left to go." 6-9. Hell yeah. Jacob Brower, though, looking good here. Let's hop on board, and Brian Smith going to defend down low, and here they come down pit road. Second and third of Smith and Davis are going to pit in front of Brower. Boy, that's not good news for Brower. Looking at tire fall off, about a second and a half of tire fall off here tonight, folks. So that means Brower's probably going to cycle back to at least third if he pits this lap. Let's see what he's going to do here, though. Oh, Brower's going to stay out, actually. Okay, let's hop on board here with Brower, see what's up his sleeve. Is he trying to save fuel? I don't know if he's saving fuel or not, but he's concerned about the long run. But, folks, we have 67 laps left to go here tonight. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Brower still your race leader for now. Running this thing long here, folks. Brower's concerned about having enough in the tank for this last run. He thinks it might stay green. So Barrett Polheim is in the second spot. We got Jaden Hopp third and Dobbs in fourth. Looks like Rosenberg, Forrest Smith, and JT Tinker all down pit road now. The race off pit road, Maverick Davis got around Brian Smith, so he takes over the spot there. Right now, these guys battling for 15th or 16th position, but again, everybody's going to have to pit here shortly. So you're going to see him cycle out. But Jacob Brower down pit road, so our race leader has given up the lead. You got the 20 down pit road as well as the 33 and 18 as well. So Jaden Hopp is your race leader right now. Let's hop on board with Jaden Hopp. Hopp staying out there on them old tires. He wants to make sure he can make it the rest of the way, and he's going to. Remember, Jaden Hopp pit on lap number 76. So we should be good to go, but looks like Lilith Peters, Matthew Byers, and a bunch of people actually pit after that. So a lot of these guys are going to be able to stay out for a while. The first one that's good to go the rest of the way on fuel should be Maverick Davis. So he's winning his strategy right now. He is still a lap down, coming up on the race leader to gain that lap back. So Davis is winning strategy A, we'll call it, with Jaden Hopp currently leading strategy B. But all kinds of crazy stuff can happen here, folks. Jaden Hopp going to concede the lead lap back to Maverick Davis, so Hopp holds on to the lead. We have 61 laps left to go, and here comes Brian Smith behind him. So both Davis and Smith on to the lead lap here at Richmond. Clean and green. We're going to take just a short break, folks, just a few laps. We're going HMS TV side by side so you don't miss a lap of action. We'll be right back in just a minute. And we're already back here at Richmond. Nothing's changed here. Lilith Peters cruising in the second position, down 7 seconds on Jaden Hopp. But looking at pit stops here, folks, Lilith Peters pit on lap 85, Jaden Hopp on lap 76. So they're both still going to have to head down pit road one more time. And here comes Jaden Hopp right now. So Hopp down pit road. That's going to hand the race lead. No, never mind. Lilith Peters heading down pit road as well. So we're going to have a new race leader. It's going to be Matthew Byers out of Mississippi out front with 56 laps left to go. He pit on lap 85. So it's a matter of time before he heads down to pit road. You got Nick Hapiak in second with Diego Sainz third, followed by Isaiah Adams and Brian Samara up to fifth on the pit strategy. But here comes Hapiak and Adams both down pit road. So they're going to be good to go the rest of the way now as Matthew Byers holds on to that race lead, letting some lap cars on by. Matthew Byers down pit road. He's good to go the rest of the way now as Diego Sainz is going to inherit the race lead. You got Brian Samara sitting in second. So Brian Samara, I think his goal is just to lead a lap here. He wants some TV time, and we're going to give it to him, folks. Keep an eye on the 53 machine. Might be on a pit strategy call, but he's up to second, 2.5 seconds behind your race leader, Diego Sainz. Good-looking car here, the 97 of Diego Sainz. Big anime fan. Is that Dragon Ball Z on the car? I think it is. That's got to be Dragon Ball Z. Diego Sainz out of Richmond, Texas. Racing here at Richmond. I wonder how similar Richmond, Texas is to Richmond, Virginia. It's got to be pretty close. Probably identical, honestly. But hey, nonetheless, Diego Sainz still out front. 52 laps left to go. And Brian Samara down pit road with Cam Ingram. Man, I thought Brian was going to stay out there and lead a lap at least, but that's not going to happen. We're still clean and green, though, here, folks. And Maverick Davis takes over the race lead. You got Brian Smith sitting in second, looking to the inside here. Side by side for the race lead, coming up on some lap traffic here. Let's hop on board with Maverick Davis on the high side. What's this lap car going to do? I'm sure the 20 is thinking, do I go high? Do I go low? What do I do for these race leaders? Great battle here. The two HMS TV purple cars are side by side for the race lead. 50 laps left to go. Boy, something's got to give with these two. Are they going to stay side by side all night, or is someone going to make the pass? We're going to find out here. And the 20 car is still unsure where to go. He's going to hold his line for now. The good news for the 20, this is going to keep them on that lead lap. As they stay side by side, they slow each other down a little bit. But don't look now. Jacob Brower is licking his chops. He's got fresher tires, and they're slowing each other down. Here comes Brower in the 0-2. Brian Smith takes the race lead. Let's see if he can clear Davis going in, and he's going to as Jacob Brower has reeled these guys in. He's back to the back bumper in the third position. Here comes Maverick Davis looking to the inside for the race lead. Now Jacob Brower has 3 lap fresher tires than Davis or Smith. And all of these guys ended up taking 2. No, I'm sorry. They took 4 tires. Sorry. I forgot they updated the pit stop times. So pretty sure everybody took 4 tires. If you're new to the iRacing scene, iRacing just put out an update where the next gen cars, they updated the pit times for 4 tires you can get in about 10 or 11 seconds. Used to take 15. So something we're still getting used to here, but Maverick Davis still sitting in the second spot looking to get around Brian Smith as Jacob Brower is still right there licking his chops in third. Brower to the inside of Davis, side-by-side battle for second. Meanwhile, Brian Smith trying to pull away from these two as they're side-by-side for second, looking to get around the lap car there. That's the 20 machine of Forrest Smith. So Forrest Smith goes down a lap. Brower makes the pass for second, so Davis falls to the third spot. Drop back. We got a good battle right here. Aaron Poplin, well, it's not really a good battle. He gets past. Into the 16th position goes Aaron. Good-looking car nonetheless for Aaron Poplin, but let's check out these leaders as Brian Smith is still your race leader, coming up on Brian Samara, trying to put him down a lap. Actually, Brian Samara is already down a lap, so, or no, that's not Brian Samara, that's JT Tinker. So trying to put JT Tinker down a lap. These three cars look the same, so it's really confusing me, but hey, nonetheless, Brian Smith to the inside, gets around JT Tinker. Jacob Brower trying to make a move here. As Tinker goes down to the bottom, he gets out of the way. So there you see Jacob Brower right there with Brian Smith in a battle for the race lead. 40 laps left to go here tonight. Great battle for the race lead, folks. I don't remember the last time we had three cars duking it out this late for a race win, but here we are tonight at Richmond. Appreciate everybody tuning in here tonight. 30 fans watching. Brian Smith trying to hold off Brower, but Brower has the fresher tires. 39 left to go. Going to be 38 this time. Here comes the 27 trying to get that lap back with the fresh tires. Matthew Byers. Well, I tell you what, he's going to help his teammate out a little bit. Slow down that 0-2 a tad. So Brower falls back a couple spots. And bad news for Brower, you got more lap cars trying to get around these leaders. And again, a lot of people will be like, what are these lap cars doing? Well, folks, these guys, they're trying to race too, and they're trying to get their laps back. So they got the fresher tires than the leaders, and they're obviously going to make the passes. And here comes the 0-2 looking to get underneath Brian Smith. Not going to happen quite yet. Hop on board with Jacob Brower. You see Brian Smith there on the outside right in front of him. 0.3 of a second for your race lead. Brian Smith out front. Let's pull up your HMS TV lap leaderboard. Jacob Brower's led 80 laps. Dylan Alt earlier led 57, and then he unfortunately disconnected. Then Brian Smith has been out front for 14. Then Jaden Hopp, Maverick Davis, Diego Sainz, and Matthew Byers, all with a lap led at least. And here's your HMS TV hard charger board. Maverick Davis in the third position. Started 30th, running third. That's plus 27, folks. Good battle, though, here for the race lead. 34 laps remain. These guys holding that high line. Brian Smith is trying to defend with everything he can. 33 laps left to go here, and the Ronald McDonald House 200. Uh-oh, big run from the 0-2 into the inside goes Brower. What a move. Brower ripped the top. He dips down. Can he make the pass out of turn 4? Side by side at the line. Brian Smith, still your race leader. Well done there from Brian Smith. 0-2 looks to the outside. He's going to try to do it again, and he's not going to have quite the run he just had. So Brian Smith and Jacob Brower are both trying to get their first ever HMS TV Cup Series wins this season. 31 laps left to go. Meanwhile, back to third. Oh no, what happened to Maverick Davis? Maverick Davis went down pit road, so he junked it, ruined his race. Well done, Maverick. To the back he goes. Maverick Davis, currently a lap down, had to pit an extra time. But folks, here's a battle for the win as Brian Smith is holding off Jacob Brower. Third position is Jaden Hopp. He's about 5.5 seconds back. But look at this run Brower's about to get here off the corner. Big run down the backstretch. Brower not going to be able to do anything with it quite yet. Side by side going into turn number 1. Brower with the bottom lane. Is it going to be enough? I think Smith's going to get a big run here down the backstretch. Smith holds on again. Brower with a 3-lap fresher tire seems to be a little bit quicker than Smith. Just cannot find a way around him. What is the 02 going to have to do to get around that 28 of Brian Smith? Crossover move, looks to the inside, side by side for the race lead. Coming up on some lap traffic. That's Terry Vincent in the 5 machine. Caution is out. Oh man, boy, we had a great battle there for the race lead. Brian Smith is probably happy that thing came out. And now I'm guessing everybody's going to be getting tires, but let's see what happened here for this caution. Brian Samara is jumped. Oh my gosh, Steve Tucker just flat out dumps him. So that's on Steve Tucker there, 100%. See this one more time. Steve Tucker just junks him. We're on board here with the 0 machine. Steve Tucker comes off the corner and, yeah, I mean, doesn't get any more clearer than that. So caution is out, folks. This changes everything. Everybody heading down pit road. And Alan Dobbs staying out. This is a terrible decision. He pit 50 laps ago. He's going to be a roadblock. He's probably going to wreck some people, folks. So Alan Dobbs staying out. Terrible decision. He's going to regret it, and he's going to wreck some race cars. But, hey, folks, we're going to take a quick break. We're going HMS TV side by side. We'll be right back. We are back here at Richmond. Let's see if we're going to drop the hammer and go green this time or not. We're going to find out. It's going to be Brower on the inside. He won the race off of pit road. Brian Smith on the outside. This is going to get interesting here. Pace truck is in, field is set. Brower on the inside. Smith on the outside. Into the restart zone. Green flag in the air. Big jump there from Brower. He holds on to the race lead. 22 laps left to go. Brian Smith stuck on the outside. He needs to get around Jaden Hopp here. We're clean and green. I think they're junking it in the back. It's just one car. Never mind. Caution is out. So the caution flies. Matthew Byers is junk. Let's see what happened here, folks. Take a look. Oh, Byers just loses it, and wham! Into the wall he goes. So looked like a one-car incident there. Caution flies. We're going to rack them up and do it again. It's going to be Brower, still your race leader. We got 20 laps left to go. By the time we go green, probably have, I don't know, 16 to go or so. So we may as well jump to a quick break. Larry McReynolds has a quick message. Go ahead, Larry.
Hi, I'm Larry McReynolds. Remember, in any type of racing, it's all about execution. So right now, subscribe to Hutchison Motorsports TV today. You know America's crew chief. I would never steer you wrong.
Hutchison Motorsports TV is back. The lights are bright and the stands are packed.
We are back here at Richmond. Nothing's changed here, folks. We're going to line them up and try it again. Caution number 8 there after that restart happened. But, man, it's unfortunate we got a caution. We had a great battle for the race lead. Brower and Smith were duking it out. But we're going to have about 17 laps left to go once we drop the hammer and go green. Again, it's going to be Brower on the inside. Ladies and gentlemen, Darrell Young Jr. just gifted 6-7 joules. Thanks a lot for that, Darrell. Wow, the richest man on the internet. But the pace truck is in. Field's ready to roll. It's going to be Brower on the inside. Smith on the outside. Green flag in the air once again here in Richmond. Better start that time for Smith here as he's side by side for the race lead. Let's watch these guys duke it out down the backstretch. Still clean and green. Never mind, caution's out. Man, this is unfortunate, man. We had a great long green flag run, and these guys are just killing each other on restarts. Nick Hapiak involved. Let's take a look. So here's the green flag. The 11 shoots down. Oh, man. I don't know there. The 06 did that. Let's see this one more time. I was looking at the 11, but the 06 shoots up the track into the 18. Does he get some help? I don't know if the 18 comes down on him or what. That's a questionable one, folks. I don't really know. But ladies and gentlemen, Bubba Myers Custom Designs just gifted 10 joules. Happy poop. Thanks, Bubba. Let's go. But folks, Connor Gerard with some big news. He said Friday Night SmackDown is now over. HMS TV Plus update from Connor Gerard. So these guys continue to junk each other here. Let's see if we can get to the finish of this thing. Only going to be about 12 laps or so left once we drop the hammer once again and go green. But again, it's Brower, Smith, Hop, Rosenberg, Peters, and Dobbs in your top 6. Then we have Polhemus, Lewis, Davis, and Poplin rounding out your top 10. So Aaron Poplin sitting in the 10th spot. Good run so far for that 63 machine. Kind of lucked out on the strategy call, but hey, he's still out here and he's doing a good job. So we're going to line him up here, do it again. HMS TV Cup Series action about to get back going. Cinch McCoy said both guys' spotters were napping on that incident. Bubba, is that true? Bubba claims the 98 is sneaking up there of Andy Lewis, so keep an eye on him. He's involved in some incidents earlier. Finds himself sitting in the top 10. Good run for Andy Lewis. 13 laps remaining when we drop the hammer and go back green here. It'll be 12 laps left to go, actually, once we get back around. So field's lined up here, folks. It's going to get interesting. See if we can get a clean restart so these guys can battle it out. The only bad thing for Brian Smith is that top lane has been tough to get rolling. It's been hard enough just to hold your ground when you're starting outside front row. We've seen a lot of times that third place car has taken over the spot, and Brian Smith, he needs to be able to clear that third place car of Jaden Hopp so he can go to work on the O2 quickly. But it's easier said than done here. The good news for Smith is he's had a lot of opportunities to try that top lane out on restarts. He's probably started up there more than anybody. So we're going to see how this works out as the pace truck's in. Field is set. We're ready to roll. On your feet, off your seats. Green flag into the air here in Richmond. Jacob Brower out front with a side-by-side battle for second here as Brian Smith trying to clear him, and he's not going to do so here for quite some time, I would guess. This is exactly what Brower wants to see in his rearview mirror, a side-by-side battle for second. 11 laps left to go here tonight. We got some battles right here, folks. Keep an eye out. We may not be done with cautions. They might junk each other. Caution is out. There it is. Let's see what happened. Forrest Smith is junk. Here's a replay. Forrest Smith just locks it up, comes up the track, and wham! Oh my goodness. Hard into the 97, the 53 involved as well. Forrest Smith from Charleston, Arkansas is junk. Well, the caution is good news for Jacob Brower, bad news for Brian Smith. He's running out of time, and it's going to be tough to make that pass for the race win. But we're going to see if we can do it, though, folks. We're going to go HMS TV side by side here. We got a quick message first.
Hey guys, it's NASCAR driver Matt DiBenedetto, and you are watching Hutchinson Motorsports TV, America's #1 iRacing broadcast service. So be sure to like and subscribe on YouTube today. It'll be the best decision you've ever made, so you can watch us sim racers go at it on the track.
And we're back here during break. Looks like Stained Pink sent 20 joules with the GG Easy. We appreciate that one, Stained. But we're racked up, ready to roll. It's going to be 6 laps left to go. Pace truck is in. Brower on the inside. Smith on the outside. Green flag into the air. Let's see if we can keep it clean and green. They're 3 wide for last now, so I don't know if we will or not. But we're going to have a battle here, side by side for third. Brian Smith able to clear the third place car here for now. Hop on board here, Brian Smith. Going to be 5 laps left to go. He's got to go to work quick if he wants to get around Brower. So it's going to be Jaden Hopp into third. You got Dylan Rosenberg fourth. And rounding out your top 5, Alan Dobbs. Maverick Davis has worked himself back up to 6th there after the alternate pit strategy. Ended up pitting early on. Put him a lap down. Well, he got it back. Here he is in 6th. But it looks like Jacob Brower is cruising out front. It's going to be 3 laps left to go this next time around. 3/10 of a second lead for Jacob Brower. Brower is not wanting to see a caution at this point. He wants this thing to stay clean and green and take it home to win the Ronald McDonald House Southwest Virginia 200. But Brian Smith trying to do everything he can. 2 laps left to go, though. We got a battle back here for the 4th and 5th position. They're side by side. Look out. Are these guys going to junk each other? We're going to get to the white flag this time around if they don't wad it up. White flag in the air. Last lap around. Jacob Brower, your race leader. Brian Smith, 3/10 of a second back. Alan Dobbs is junk. We're still clean and green. Racing to the checker. Down the backstretch for the final time. Into turn number 3 and 4. Checkered flag in the air. Jacob Brower wins the Ronald McDonald House 200 at Richmond. So Smith brings home 2nd. Hop 3rd, Rosenberg 4th, and Maverick Davis rounds out your top 5. Let's see what happened on this white flag lap here, folks. So Dobbs goes into the corner, washes up the track here, side by side with the 40, and he just loses it off the corner. Oh, that's unfortunate. Dobbs had a great run going, and then loops it around, ends up finishing in the back. But Jacob Brower, your race winner here tonight. We're going to watch him burn it down, and we're going to get some drivers in here for some interviews. We'll be right back. Don't you go anywhere, folks. Driver interviews coming up next. Hustle Fuel Victory Lane in just a moment. We are back here at Richmond, and we got some drivers available for some interviews. And take a look at your results page here, the Hustle Fuel Victory Lane. Race Hustle Fuel, folks. So Jacob Brower brings it home, but let's start things off with tonight's 3rd place finisher here tonight, Jaden Hopp. Jaden, Blake up in the booth. You got a copy, buddy?
Yeah, I got you. What's up?
Hey, a good run from you. You were in the top 5 all night long, and you end up finding a podium finish here tonight at Richmond. How'd it feel?
I'm not sure. It was kind of a mixed race. I'm not gonna lie. I was feeling pretty good for most of that first stage, and then when we got onto the later bits of the second stage, it was looking pretty good for me. I had enough fuel to make it to the end, so it was looking really good, but wasn't meant to be. We got that caution and then just got stuck in third from there on because, well, can't really do anything after that point. I probably should have just stayed out on the 40 lap old tires. That would have been a better shot for me. But yeah, it was a fun race.
Yeah, I mean, Jaden, it was a good run from you all night long. You started fourth, ended up bringing home a podium finish in that Tier 1 setup shop #1 machine. So, hey, a good run here at Richmond. I mean, we kind of already went over everything. I guess you got any shout-outs to add for our viewers watching at home?
Yeah, shout out to you guys for putting on the broadcast and the league and all the drivers for showing up. Shout out to Brett for putting on this one car. It's fun to be driving it, and all my friends and family for watching on every single race. Thank you very much. I'd say that's pretty much it.
All right. Well, hey, we appreciate you, Jaden. You put it in the podium or on the podium once again, and your fans, I'm sure, are pretty proud of you. So congratulations here tonight. We'll see you back here next week. I think that's going to be our second to last race. Where are we headed next week?
Atlanta Super Speedway, I want to say.
Oh, wow. Well, that's going to be exciting. Yeah, that should be fun for sure here. Let me pull up the schedule just to confirm. So, yeah, here we are. We were at Richmond. Yep, we're heading to Atlanta next week. Going to be 130 laps. I mean, we know how Atlanta works. It's basically super speedway racing. How you feeling about your chances over there?
I'm not sure, honestly. I think the last one I did was Talladega. I don't have fond memories of that race, so let's hope that Atlanta goes better. But I'm hoping to keep the podium streak alive.
I hope so. I mean, we've been hearing from you a lot here this season, Jaden, and you're doing a great job being consistent, and that's most of the battle here in these championship runs.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to. It's how I'm hoping it plays out.
All right. Well, hey, Jaden, congratulations. Tonight's third place finisher here in the Ronald McDonald House 200.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jaden Hop, getting it done, finding the podium once again. But next up, let's bring up our second place finisher, Brian Smith. Look at this beautiful car right here. Good run for Brian Smith. Let's get him in here. Brian Blake up in the booth. You got a copy, buddy?
How's it going, Blake?
Hey, it's going pretty good. I mean, you look good out there, and you and Brower had some great battles for the win there, it looked like.
Yeah, it was a tricky night. I just struggle at this track for whatever reason. It's just something that I've never been able to figure out. I just always burn off that right front. And as the night went on tonight, I actually kind of felt like I was making it work on the high side. So that was fun. That was unexpected tonight. I figured as it would transition to night, I thought it'd just, single file around the bottom even more, but I felt like I was able to make it work up top a little better. And yeah, there was some good battles there between Jacob and I, and Maverick was fun to battle with there too. We were a 3-car battle for the lead there before that green flag pit stop. So yeah, I had fun tonight. It's a shame I think it was the 6th, Dylan disconnected. I don't think I had anything for him, but it would have been fun to see because I certainly felt like I got better as the night went on. So yeah, just a fun night out there.
Absolutely. And I mean, now before we had that late yellow that kind of turned into a caution fest. I mean, you had that long green flag run. Do you think you were going to be able to hold off Jacob there during that if it would have stayed green or what?
You know what? It wouldn't have mattered because I was not good on fuel. So, I would have had to pit and I would have finished, wherever, because I think there were guys that were good on fuel that would have made it till the end. But yeah, it would have been certainly, I don't think he could have got around me because I was making it work up top. It's impossible to pass here unless the guy in front and with the lead messes up. And I don't know if dirty air was that much of a thing or if it was just my imagination, but it sure felt like it. So, air blocking and running the top, typical next gen stuff was going to be the game plan for me. And it would have been fun to see if it would have worked.
Yeah, and it just seemed like, the cars could not get off the corner if they were pinned down low. So holding the top definitely looked like the right call.
yeah, I don't know if I passed anyone on the bottom without, really sending it in there. And like I said, I battled with the 25 there, Maverick, for a while, and that was fun, but it killed my tires doing that. But felt like I had to get by him. I felt like I was quicker, and I felt like I needed to put a gap on Jacob there if I was going to have a chance to do it. So, yeah, it was a tricky one, but a fun one.
Absolutely. So, well, hey, Brian, you did great out there tonight. You found the podium here in that number 28 machine. And I guess before you head out, you got any shout outs for our viewers at home?
Well, I just want to say thanks to you for inviting me to do this race again. I had a fun time. I had a great time last week too, even though I ran out of talent. It would have been fun to see how that would all worked out. But yeah, second race in the league. It was a lot of fun, and yeah, I'd certainly like to do more. So thanks for the invite.
Absolutely. Anytime, Brian. You're doing great out there. And I'm sure eventually you're going to find that victory lane.
I hope so.
But hey, how you feeling about Sunday night in the Icon Cup Series? We're going to be headed to North Wilkesboro.
Oh man, I don't even own North Wilkesboro,
Oh,
so as of now, I don't think I'm gonna run it. I guess
Really?
that could theoretically change, but yeah, it's gonna be a back-to-back no-show for the 78, I think, in Icon. But I don't know when we're at the following week. I think maybe Indy, but if that's the case, I certainly plan on racing that. So yeah, as of now, will not be on track Sunday.
All right. Well, hey, we'll keep an eye on that for sure. But again, congratulations tonight's second place finisher here at Richmond, Brian Smith.
Thanks, Blake.
Good run there for Brian. Always good to hear from him. But let's pull in the star of the show, tonight's winner. Let's get him in here, Jacob Brower. Jacob Blake up in the booth. You got a copy, buddy?
What's up, my man?
Hey, what a race from you. You led a lot of laps, and you were up front the whole night, able to hold off Brian Smith there at the end. How'd it feel?
Felt good. I love Richmond. It's one of my favorite short tracks. I've really enjoyed coming aboard and racing the couple races I've raced with you guys. I like green flag racing. You guys do a lot of that, so I appreciate it.
Yeah, and speaking of green flag racing, I mean, obviously the end there, the caution flew, and then cautions kind of bred cautions. But you guys had a long green flag run, had a 3-car battle for the lead for, I don't know, like 50 laps or so. Was that as fun on track as it looked off track?
Yeah, it was really tight setup, so you're kind of just trying to make the right front live, and when it shuts off, you kind of got to search around for grip. I hope it was fun to watch and announce, because it was a lot of fun in here.
Oh, it really was. And, early on in the race, it looked like Dylan Alt was just on another level, and then ends up with a connection issue and then goes away. And then at that point, it looked like you were the favorite, and you were able to lead most of the laps after that point.
Yeah, Dylan definitely had the field covered. I mean, that's what I expected. I mean, he's in the Pro Series for a reason. He's really good. So it was kind of to be honest with you, unless, strategy or the race played out in a weird way, it was going to be a race for second. But I, got to take advantage of the opportunities that come our way for sure.
Now, Jacob, if that caution doesn't come out during that green flag run, were you good on fuel the rest of the way, or were you going to have to pit?
I was more than likely going to have to pit. I was either going to have to pit or slow way, way, way down, and Jaden was going to be in the position to win the race. Either way that went. I was about 4-ish laps short when the yellow came out, so.
Gotcha. Yeah, and then you also pit a couple laps after, I believe, Smith and Davis did. So it seemed like everybody's going to have to pit except for Jaden. So, I mean, thankfully that caution flew, but unfortunately after that, guys couldn't really get it figured out in the back, and we saw, 3 or so cautions in a row?
Yeah, that's to be expected with this car at short tracks. It's just the tires are really cold, and like the bottom is, when the track gets cleaned up under yellow, the bottom is a way to go, and you're kind of just skating if you're not on the bottom there. So that's to be expected.
Absolutely. But hey, Jacob, you got it done. You get your first win, I believe, with the series. You get the most laps led 103. Parking in victory lane, get the 0x bonus. Has to feel pretty good. That 02 machine came into the night with the points lead, and it's going to lead with an even bigger lead.
That was the goal, man. Shout out to Ben. Shout out to Powerhouse. Shout out to you and the league. This league is definitely growing. I will say, actually, out of the leagues I've ran, it's probably the cleanest that I've seen. So thank you for that.
Well, we appreciate that. But hey, great run out there tonight. Before you head out, though, Jacob, you got any final shout outs for our viewers watching at home?
Shout out to Ben for putting this deal together. Shout out to the whole all Powerhouse. Shout out to EPI. And like I said, shout out to you and the league. And were you announcing tonight?
Yep, just me.
I didn't have it on my phone. I didn't want to put anything on my Wi-Fi and end up like Dylan was. So.
Oh, all good, man. Hey, but again, you did a great job out there. Did what you needed to do, and you get Powerhouse Racing a huge win here in Richmond with the Ronald McDonald House 200.
All right, my man. Thank you.
Yep. See you next time. Jacob Brower, tonight's a winner here, parking it in victory lane. That was a fun one, folks. We saw a good long green flag run. Then again, that caution came out. Everything changed, but like Jacob said, I mean, that's to be expected. You get at these short tracks in the next gen, tough to pass. So people kind of throw crazy moves, or they try to get on the throttle too early out the corner, just doing everything they can to try to gain some spots at the end of the race. But nonetheless, Jacob Brower, I think he was the best car there at the end. So definitely earned this win. Brian Smith, though, was right there with him. Fun to see those two battle most of the night. But tonight, the hard charger went to Maverick Davis. Most laps led, Jacob Brower. Fastest lap, Jacob Brower. Most incidents, Noah Ward was 16. Congratulations, Noah, on that. The pole went to Dylan Alt, who unfortunately disconnected eventually. 10 cautions on the night. And that's really all I got here, folks. But, hey, nonetheless, appreciate you joining us here. Connor Gerard, paint scheme of the night, goes to, hang on, 53 machine, Brian Samara. Hang on, folks. Before we close off, we're going to show this thing off. One moment. Give me a minute here. Let's take off that Hustle Fuel victory lane. We're going to go back here. Let's find this 53 machine of Brian Samara. Here he is, folks. Slow this down so you can get a better look. Brian Samara, tonight's Connor Gerard paint scheme of the night winner. That beautiful Ronald McDonald House, Southwest Virginia, 53 machine. Paint scheme of the night. Big win. Let's see if Brian's available real quick, as the front has some damage. We'll go to look at the back. There we go. That looks much better. Let's see. Is Brian still out there? No, he's not. Wow, everybody left already. Well, hey, nonetheless, folks, Brian Samara takes home the Connor Gerard paint scheme of the night in that 53 machine. So that's going to wrap things up here, folks. Appreciate you joining us. We're going to be back Sunday night with the Icon Cup Series. You just watched HMS TV Cup Series action. Take one more look at our Season 2 schedule coming up. Here it is. You can pause it on your screen if you want, folks. But that's all we got. Live from Richmond, I'm Blake Hutchinson, and we'll see you back here next time. Click that like button, subscribe to the channel. Thanks again for tuning in.